Robert, Manchester United, we obviously won early hours this morning against West Ham. Now, these are going to be the 5 things we learned from the game. I want to talk about some interesting things. I want to talk about the midfield. So, yeah, we're going to analyse the game, talk a bit more about it, and kind of what we learned from Manchester United's second game. The first thing I want to talk about is the midfield partnership. I think that was something that was very, very balanced in today's game. I think it was a game from UGARTE and MAINOO, which they were the two top performers for me on the pitch. I think that midfield, out of all the midfield combinations we've seen so far this season, or not this season, but so far we've seen in pre-season, I think it looked the most complementary. I think they worked well together. I think Ugarte had probably one of his best games in a Manchester United shirt. And he talked about the message that he got from Ruben Amorim to keep it more simple, to recover the ball more quick. And I think that's something that you have seen from Ugarte. He played a wonderful ball to Ahmad, which was offside. But again, he's getting in the right places. I think from a midfielder, exactly what you need. As I said, I do think Ugarte can become that midfielder that we do need. I just don't think he's quite there yet. I think that's why signing someone on loan like a Douglas Luiz or a João Palhinha will make sense. But I thought Ugarte did a very, very good job today, and I think it's important. I think what we're seeing so far is a player we knew that was talented. We know he has quality. It's just he probably didn't. Amorim talked about how he did have adaptation issues and adapted to a new league, a new country. Obviously, he's had 2 managers already. So yeah, listen, I'm very, very happy with Ugarte. On MAINOO, I think MAINOO is going to become one of those players who you can't have out of your team. He's going to become that good. I think MAINOO's a top talent and a world-class potential player. I think what we're seeing so far is his ability. And again, he still needs to work. He still needs to improve. But what you're seeing from MAINOO is someone who's willing to put in the work. And I think in the game, we saw him a lot more deeper, picking up the ball, playing simple passes. He's also a good ball carrier, which is something that I don't think we see enough of from Kobbie Mainoo. And as we've seen all the quotes, Amorim wants to work with him. I think he will become a top player. But again, it's not overcrowded, but it is to an extent because, again, personally for me, I think Kobbie Mainoo's best position is in the number 10. But again, he's not going to really play there because you've got Cunha, and Bueno, Ahmad, Bruno, like they're the main two there. I think you will see Mainoo minutes in the 10, but I think he's had a very, very good game so far. So I think the midfield complements each other very, very well. I think they did a fantastic job. I think Amorim will be happy with what you've seen from them. I think that's the most balanced midfield we've seen in a while. Number 2, Patrick Dorgu. I thought Patrick Dorgu again was fantastic, and I think it was just a normal Patrick Dorgu performance. I think he was energetic, defended well. Again, got turned outside by Wan-Bissaka a little bit, but then got out Wan-Bissaka a bit himself. So it was a very, very good performance from Dorgu. I do think he can become a very top player. You have to remember he is 20. He came in January. This is his first full pre-season as a United player, and he's done a remarkable job so far in pre-season. He's played 70. He's played just a game and a bit of football across 2 games, and he's looked very, very sharp. And I think we saw that connection building with Matheus Cunha, and I think his quality will continue to improve. I think with Cunha, he likes to come inside a lot. It opens up the overlap for Dorgu, which he likes to go on. I think Dorgu defensively is very, very good. And I think that left-hand side with Aiden Heaven, Dorgu, Cunha, and I think it was mainly on that left midfield, they look very, very sharp. So yeah, very, very happy with Patrick Dorgu. I think his performance was fantastic. Number 3, I want to talk about the Ruben Amorim press. I don't think the press was erratic at all. I think it was a much more concise, organised press. And I think what we've been used to seeing under like Ten Hag and stuff was quite a erratic press from United. You get Bruno just running everywhere. You'd get maybe half of the team going, and then you'll get the defence just staying back. Like I think what we're starting to see. I'm not saying there's nowhere near there yet, but we're starting to see a more cohesive unit and a more organised press, which again is huge. I think if you're going to press, the whole team has to press. You can't have half your team pressing and half your team static. Like you need to go as a team. And I think when you push up the pitch, you squeeze the pitch, you make it smaller, less space for players to play out, and you make it more difficult. And I think West Ham, to be fair, did do well at escaping that at times. But I think you look at the second Bruno goal, where it comes from a MAINOO recovery high up the pitch. So yeah, listen, very, very happy with that. I think the press was fantastic yesterday. And it was a massive improvement from the game we saw against Leeds. And number 3, Matheus Cunha. Again, I've seen the stat. I'm sure everyone's seen it when we signed him. He's like the player that walked the most in the league when we signed him. I think we've seen his ability and we've seen his quality. Listen, hasn't scored yet, but I think what you've seen so far is great glimpses. Again, he's still figuring out his teammates. He's only played 2 games for United and not even 4 games. But again, what you're seeing so far is a player who can become world class. And I think Amorim knows. He said he's quite a loud, bubbly character in the dressing room. He is already settled into United very, very well. The performances will come, and I think that's something that Amorim is very, very happy about. I think Cunha's performance today was fantastic on and off the ball. I think he's a very, very hard worker, and you can see that in his passion. And I think the ability to switch with someone like Bruno Fernandes, who again had a very, very good game, was fantastic. I think you're going to see a lot of that, the fluidity, the ability to change. And it's not like they're doing it on purpose, but it's like it kind of happened in the game. And I think that's something that we will like to see as well. Again, there's loads of things I could talk about, but the 5th thing I want to talk about is Ahmad. Now, I think Ahmad wasn't in the game as he usually is. He struggled to get into it, but was that because most of it was coming down the left-hand side? Probably. Obviously, he had a few touches on the ball. He scored that goal, which was offside, which again was a good finish. But I think with Ahmad, he's kind of been already morphed into that right wing back, and I think that says to Amorim, and not to Amorim, to us, that he's going to be playing there, and Buemo's going to come in. Cunha's going to be the other 10. So I think that kind of solidified Ahmad's position as the right wing back, and I think he did do well from there last season. He scored quite a lot of goals. I remember Amorim's first game, where we got that beautiful assist for Rashford. He scored 3 goals against Southampton from wing back. I remember that game against Everton 4-0 where he played as a wing back. So isn't that he's not like oblivious to playing wing back. I think he's a decent player playing wing back, and I think his quality on the ball is brilliant. And we know that. I think we just need to get him in the game more. I think that will come with time, with him building connections. And again, I think right now what's thriving is the left hand side with Dorgu, Aiden Heaven, Cunha in particular as well. But yeah, listen, there's so many things I could talk about. I thought Højlund had a good game. I thought Yoro was fantastic. I thought De Ligt was steady. I thought the second team that came on again, there wasn't too much in it. But again, the first team that started, Højlund making runs and trying to just cause problems, which again is something positive that you want to see. Diego Leon, I thought, did okay. Again, one player that I want to see is Sekou Kone. I don't know what's happening with him. But he just hasn't seemed to be getting any minutes. But yeah, overall, very, very happy. I think this pre-season game was so much better than the first one. It was actually an enjoyable game. Like, I think the press, the quality from United was very, very good. And yeah, I'm excited to see what the rest of the season, not the rest of the season, but going into the season, excited to see what we can do, because I'm happy. I think, again, Bruno's someone I can talk about as well. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Peace.